Introducing REALTREE's Monster Bulls 2. Elk hunting with the REALTREE team gets even better, and Monster Bulls 2 takes the viewer to a higher level of excitement. Go with Bill Jordan as he arrows a magnificent, non-typical bull in New Mexico. Go along with Mia Appling as she takes an awesome bull in Arizona, scoring over 380 Boone and Crockett points. Go along as Jay Gregory fools a record-class bull into bow range. On Monster Bulls 2, you'll see 14 incredible hunts from the best big bull areas in the world. This video has it all: fantastic bow hunts, awesome muzzleloader hunts, and unreal rifle hunts. Go where the REALTREE cameras have never been before and experience the thrill of in-your-face bugling. Witness a hair-raising encounter as Michael Waddell arrows a record book elk at 12 steps. And as a bonus, you'll enjoy a complete wrap-up of the 1999 Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation and REALTREE Elk Bugling and Calling Championship. Monster Bulls 2, a must for your REALTREE video library. Get your copy today by calling 1-800-474-8733 or see your favorite REALTREE video dealer.
Hi, I'm Bill Jordan, and I want to welcome you to another REALTREE Outdoor Productions video. As you'll soon see, Team REALTREE had another great year in the field. As in years past, we also offer our new Monster Bucks t-shirt featuring the 4 largest buck from Monster Bucks 7 video. And for the first time ever, you'll see this beautiful photo reproduction of my 4 largest deer taken over the last several years. Another coming attraction will be the hilarious video with comedian Jeff Foxworthy called The Incomplete Hunter. This video takes a look at the lighter side of hunting and the outdoors. As you may know, REALTREE has been the primary sponsor of the number 71 Team REALTREE Monte Carlo, driven by Dave Marcus. We're also the primary associate sponsor of the famous number 3 Chevrolet, driven by Dale Earnhardt. For the first time ever, we have Team REALTREE racing clothing and souvenirs featuring NASCAR's top Winston Cup drivers. You can find this Team REALTREE racing apparel on our souvenir rig at all the Winston Cup races, and also look for it at your favorite sporting goods store. From everyone at REALTREE, we thank you for your support of our products, and now let's sit back and enjoy the video.
The following is a REALTREE outdoor production.
All I can say is I hope you guys brought plenty of arrows, because I'm going to send a knock every one of them.
I brought a few arrows. I brought plenty of money.
Money?
I brought money now. Hey, look at this. Look at that right there, boys.
Woo! Are we betting money on all this stuff?
Not bad luck. You didn't see.
37 cents.
We're going to split that.
Let's split me and you.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we got to win first.
We do have to win first.
Game face on.
Well, we got a serious archery tournament about to start here in just a few minutes, but right now we want to welcome you to REALTREE's Monster Bucks 7 video, and I'm standing alongside good friend, serious friend, Michael Waddell, and my other good friend, David Blanton. And David, I'm really looking forward to the archery tournament, but looking more forward to the hunts we got coming up.
Well, this is an awesome video, Bill. Again, volume 1 this year. You took a fantastic deer at the Milk River in Montana. It was 20 scoreable points, 185 gross Boone and Crockett. It was an incredible deer. We've also got some great hunts from right here in Alabama, Texas, Canada, Iowa. It's a great video.
You know, once again, we travel all over the country, and Michael, as much as we all like to bow hunt, we got some great bow hunts this year too.
We got some good bow hunts, but I don't really want to get involved in it because I'm kind of emotionally right now. I'm pretty psyched out because we got a big tournament coming up.
You are an emotional kind of guy, aren't you?
I don't like to. Right today, you're not my friends. I mean,
we're not your friends, but no, these folks out here are your friends.
Everybody out there is my friends, but you guys are
right now, Michael is emotionally detached
from us.
That's right. You got to get in the zone.
Hey, well, I'm going to get your zone right over here at this first target, and we'll see who's going to be leading. And right now, we're going to show you some incredible hunts, and we're going to step up over here, and
get it on.
When we come back, let's just get it on.
Let's go.
Let's watch these hunts, too.
Yeah. I know who to pull for.
Well, the tournament is definitely on, but now we're going to go on a bow hunt with Michael Hamback, an outdoor writer. And Michael's no stranger to deer hunting with a bow and arrow.
For the stand here on the edge of this alfalfa, back in transition, the stand's right here in this tree. Wind couldn't be any better because the bucks have been coming on this side here, upwind side of it. All the deer have been coming out right here between this natural funnel, so we're going to slip in here and get set up.
Now, Michael has taken several good bucks with a bow and arrow, but never a buck that nets 125. That's the qualification for Pope and Young. But little does Mike know that on this hunt, while he hunts this transition area from bed to feed, that his luck is about to change. And I personally know how good this particular stand site is. The evening before, I took my best bow buck ever, a 150-inch 8-pointer.
Ooh, look at the does out here. We got a bunch of does working in here in the alfalfa, which we figured the wind was perfect here. A lot of does came out kind of early. It's a cold front came through, and we figured they'd feed a little earlier. We got some does working back in here too behind us, so the wind's good. They're popping out where we want them to, so hopefully something's going to happen here buck-wise. We know it's a couple of good bucks working in this area. Transition zone here from bed to feed, so we'll keep looking and see what happens.
Finally, after a couple hours of sitting on the stand, Mike spots a good buck working the scrape. This is definitely Pope and Young. Right here, there's a lot of anticipation. This buck can take several different trails. Mike just hopes he'll take the one that'll lead him by his stand. It looks like he's coming right toward Mike. He should get a 25-yard or closer shot. This is an awesome buck. Mike waits patiently for the buck to give him a better angle.
You on him?
Oh, great shot, Mike. He won't be going far.
Oh, he's down. I see him, he's down. It's this unbelievable hunt or what? I see him down about 50 yards out there. We got set up, came in. I think one of the most unbelievable things about this hunt is there was a tremendous 147-inch deer shot out of the same stand yesterday evening at 6 o'clock. And here it is, 4 o'clock the next day. Came in, the wind was even better than yesterday. Sitting up here half an hour. 4 or 5 does filter in and out. Some get a little nervous with the wind, but a lot of times you just got to take a chance with that wind, you know, and just put it in your favor as best you can, then get with it. And then here they came, you know, 3 or 4 bucks come in, the big 9-point. I couldn't see him. The cameraman told me he was coming back in behind us and worked in perfect. Came in about 20 yards. I had to kind of wait until he was turned his head to go away to draw, but worked out great. My first Montana whitetail. Yep, got some here, some good sign. I think he went right up through this thick stuff where I was looking to, where I thought he went down. Yeah, went right around here. See what we got. Could have branched off here. Yep, right here. Should be up this way. One of those two trails. Let's see. Whew, there he is. Oh man. Look at the side of that rack sitting up there. Man. Whew. Oh man, what a deer. That is what bow hunting is all about. It's what makes a bow hunt for you. We're here on the Milk River, Montana, and my first Montana whitetail, in fact, my first western whitetail ever. I've hunted whitetails a lot of places and finally got the opportunity to come out here with the REALTREE. Just had an unbelievable hunt. As I said earlier, we were hunting a transition zone in here. As far as coming from bed to feed, we had alfalfa out here and a big thicket back here. And what we did, and I think is a really good point to make about a hunt like this, is a lot of times people hunting a feeding area will try to move in deeper and deeper off there because they feel these mature bucks, you know, are not going to come out real early. They're going to kind of stage back in there. Well, they do, but in this situation, you've got a short topography here. You need to look at that on an aerial photo and all. And see, you don't have much brush back here, so if you go too deep, you're going to bump them out of your bedding area. So that's why we set up here pretty much on the edge and sort of had a short transition zone there, and it worked out perfect. And I think one of the things that really helped us was the weather cooled off. We had some thunderstorms roll in, a cold front. That change in weather, boy, really turns the deer on a lot of times. This buck came in, made a scrape. He did a little rubbing, as you can see there, and made them move earlier and move better. So, unbelievable hunt, just tremendous. 4 o'clock deer, mature buck. Awesome hunt in Montana. That's what it's all about.
Well, there it is, Mike, your first Pope and Young buck. Now we switch gears and go to the Midwest where we join up with Jackie Cottle. Now, Jackie's something else with a bow and arrow, and he's won almost every major bow tournament that's held in the United States. But now he takes his bow skills to the test and goes hunting with Judd Cooney, who's got some land leased for his whitetail operation, and he's going to try to take a nice buck with a bow and arrow. Jackie sees a smaller buck work the edge of the field. Right now, this is the week right prior to the rut, and these bucks are really cruising looking for receptive does. Jackie's got his stand set up right on the edge of a field looking over some scrapes, and it's a little funnel area that these deer are coming through. Jackie catches some movement back in the brush, and he gets up and hopes that it's a good buck coming his way. Oh yeah, it's a nice buck. It is, it's definitely a nice buck. Jackie gets ready for the buck to present a shot. Great shot, Jackie.
Here's the arrow. Broke. Here's the point of it. Deer broke it when it left. Get that up so nothing get hurt on it. Nobody get cut. Walk up through here and see if I can find a little blood.
Jackie waited 45 minutes to an hour and starts to look for the buck. The shot looked good, but he has questioned himself because at the high angle that he shot from, he wonders if the shot might be a little low, so he looks for the blood and finds plenty there at the beginning. But the further he gets, the thinner the blood trail gets.
Trail's getting a little thin. I think I'm gonna ease back to the camp and get a little help. See if we can't maybe get Judd to come up with me and see if we can't track this deer on down and get him. So we'll be back and get on the blood trail shortly.
After eating a good breakfast, Judd returns with Jackie to help retrieve his buck.
I left him right here, Judd, and he went on up the hill. Let's ease up through there and see if we can pick him up again. And the blood's getting kind of thin, but I think he's hit good enough. We'll get him. Let's
Know enough to follow him. That's what counts.
That's right. So let's
Stay with him till we get him.
Oh yeah, we ain't gonna give up on him. So we're gonna go get him. Across this log. Cross right up through here. See right here. And right on up through here. Pretty good blood here. We ought to find him pretty quick. Then he's putting it out now. I'm glad we found that thing. Heck of a trailing job. Just
would have got that buck.
yeah. Thank you, man.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
I didn't have much to do with that.
boy, these big deer up here, ain't they? They are large-bodied deer.
Big and tough.
Say, oh, that thing is I'd call that a bionic deer down in Alabama.
Yeah, that's a nice buck.
That's a dandy buck right there.
Boy, he's healthy.
Oh, he's a young buck. Yeah, he'll be
Those trees over good.
some good venison right there, won't he?
That's for sure.
He ain't no monster, but he's a good deer. Good deer. Tickled to get one like
180,
that.
200 pounds.
Yeah, maybe or more.
Oh, yeah. It'd be way more than that by the time we get him back to the
I
truck.
guarantee he will. Yeah, even though it's all downhill, it's gonna be tough, isn't it? Thanks again, Judd. Great place, man. Enjoyed.
Have you. That was boy, that shot would have been just a touch higher. He wouldn't have gone.
He wouldn't went nowhere, would he? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But like it was, it made it a little tough in
Oh, yeah.
trailing
when you
job.
When you earn them like that, well, they mean a lot more.
But we got him anyhow. That's the main thing.
For sure. Now
Let's
we
see
got to get him out.
Yeah, let's see if we can't get a little help and get him over towards the camp and get him dressed out.
Alrighty.
Well, speaking of good archers, here we're going to hunt with my good buddy David Blanton. Now, when it comes to archery skills, you won't find anybody more humble than David Blanton about his shooting ability. But I can tell you this, when it comes crunch time on a big whitetail, normally David brings them back to camp with him. David's hunting a management deer on the Timmons Ranch, and he's placed his stand on the edge of this big oat field. These deer are really hitting at this time of year, and it's pre-rut, and they're really cruising these fields, looking for receptive does. David hopes he can get one within good bow range and try to take a good shot. He ranges his surroundings and gets blended in with the REALTREE camo. As the evening progresses, David spots two younger bucks sparring in the edge of the woods. This is not what David is looking for. But this is what he's looking for right here. This is an awesome management buck, and he's scraping on the edge of the field. With a little luck, maybe he'll come David's way. Just notice the body on this deer. This is what you're looking for when you're hunting mature deer. Big neck, sway back, just a big bulky body. This assures David that this is a mature buck. Slowly but surely, the nice buck feeds his way toward David. Everything's going perfect, and the buck slowly comes in. David is definitely going to get his shot. David slowly brings his bare bow to full draw and gets a good anchor. Now that, my friends, is Smoke City. The only thing this shot guarantees this deer is that he'll get to ride in the back of a pickup truck back to camp. Good job, David. That was an awesome shot.
What a buck. Man, that's great. Wow, what a body. We saw him go down. Obviously, he never knew what hit him. Look at that. Man, that's a good deer. Look at that. That is awesome. Obviously, he's a lot weaker on this side. He's got a good side on this. I knew that before I shot him, but it didn't matter. I was so excited. This is a great hunt. This is a big, mature whitetail, a great management buck. This deer is going to be 4.5, 5.5 years old. But a lot of times when you see one side of the rack that's a lot weaker than the other, sometimes that can be the result of skeletal damage on the opposite side of the deer. Since this is right side that's weak, his left side of his body somewhere may have suffered an injury at some point in time. But I am tickled. I am tickled. That is a great, great buck, a great bow hunt.
Now we go to northeast Montana to hunt with Brad Harris of Loman Game Calls. It's the first week in November, and these big bucks are really cruising right now. It's just a few days away from the peak of the rut. Rattling is really working good right now, and this particular buck that you see on screen is a monster. Brad's trying to rattle him in to get him a little closer with his rattle box, but he didn't want to seem to cooperate. But finally, at a distance of about 150, 120 yards, Brad decides to try to take a shot. He shoots right over him. He misjudged his distance, and this buck doesn't have a clue where the noise came from. But with a muzzleloader, you only get one shot. And one thing to keep in mind, let that deer burn in your head pretty good, because he's going to show up later in the video, and he is truly a monster. Well, a few days go by, and Brad and his cameraman have put some hard and bitter hours in their deer blind. And they've seen lots of good bucks cruising the fields, just like the one you see here. This is an awesome 10-pointer, but still early in the hunt, Brad decides to pass. This is the kind of deer you can expect to see when you hunt northeast Montana. Awesome bucks and some beautiful country.
Nice buck, 10-pointer. But we see a lot bigger deer in here, so gonna let him go.
Two days later, and on the last day of the hunt, Brad finds himself with the rattle box in hand and in the same blind, only this time he's starting to get some results from the rattle box. Just check out what happens here.
Here comes, that one's coming. He's running. He's running right off down that ditch. He's coming this way. He's gonna pop up right there.
Right here, Brad can see a buck in the distance working. The cameraman can't see the buck yet, so he stays on Brad.
There he is, he's right there, right here. He's coming up. Look.
Oh, this is a nice buck. And on the last day of the hunt, Brad decides if he gives him a shot, he'll take it. few soft grunts and a little more rattling, this buck is just running into the horns. Man, this buck is coming on a string. He's either looking for a fight or hoping to steal a girlfriend away from somebody who's fighting. Awesome shot, Brad. He went a good 2 foot to the ground.
Whew! Nice buck. Man, that was exciting. Golly. That was exciting. It's cold out here, but that buck came all the way around us, come to the rattle box and run right out there and stopped. He's 25 yards. That muzzleloader did its job. Beautiful buck. What a great day. Let's go down and take a look and see what we got. Man, that's a nice deer. Man, oh man, he is pretty. Oh yeah. Look at that thing. Whew. That is a nice, nice deer. Oh my goodness. Well, I tell you what, it's just been an awesome day, folks. We're out here in Montana with Bill Jordan. Bill's up the creek there where he's hunting, and I guarantee he's in bucks today too. It's just a beautiful day. It's 14 degrees this morning. The wind was out of the northwest. Blowing pretty good clip there for a while, and it got cold, but that's what these bucks like, and the activity just picked up. You can see this buck's really rutted up. He's swelled up. He's just a huge whitetail buck. Body size, you can see stuff hanging out of his antlers here. They've been rubbing. They're just on the peak of busting loose. And that's when that rattling and grunting really works well. Just rattled in a nice 8-pointer just a few minutes before, 20 minutes before, and let him go. And I looked over in the next field over across a brushy drainage. I saw that 8-point, or at least I thought it was the same one I rattled. And then I saw this one behind him. Said, hey, let's try it again, see what happens. This guy just, man, he just zeroed in on that rattle box. He come running in. He ran right under the tree. Actually ran past us, ran around the tree, ran past us, crossed the road, jumped the fence. I stopped him out there again with a grunt, and I thought, boy, he's too good a deer to let go by. And it's just an awesome hunt out here in Montana. These bucks are ruddy, and you're using some rattling and grunting.
Well, congratulations, Brad, on a great hunt. Now let's get back to the old bow tournament where the action's really heating up.
Now we want to be real quiet. It's after the first round, I'm in the lead. These two guys are tied for second, and David's about to shoot right now. We want to be real quiet. Oh, I'm sorry.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
I did, David.
Well, y'all would make very good golfers. You know, etiquette. You ever heard about etiquette?
No, what is etiquette?
We don't have it here.
Oh, yeah,
we can't define
I'm
it.
picking the shot. All right, so you got to get on your knees. This is the shot.
Knees. I see.
He's going to bow up a little on us. Look at him.
Good luck.
Take it.
Not bad. A little high.
You got up in that blade a little bit, though.
But not bad. You next.
That reminds you of that little hunt out there in Montana we just saw, didn't it?
I'm telling you, it didn't remind me of my hunt because I didn't see mine along with handbacks. That's because we didn't get mine on video.
Tell us a little bit what happened. I tell you, that is probably our worst nightmare and the camera's worst nightmare. Tell us about it.
It was pretty bad at the time, but I was still happy to get the deer. But this buck had come out and come in, going to be some awesome footage. And
an awesome deer.
He was an awesome buck, and he come right on in there just like we planned. But in our excitement, the cameraman never mashed the record button. Had the camera, he could see it through the viewfinder, but.
You know, we always said in camera school that it was going to happen sooner or later, and it happened. Unfortunately, it was such a great deer, but also we saw Jackie Call took a good deer in Iowa. Mike Handback, the rider, took a great deer in that same tree.
And that where you sure did. I shot the buck that we didn't get on video the day before. He shot this deer, and he went right back in there and got another Pope and Young buck.
All right, redeem yourself, big boy.
All right, let's go. You're back. The camera's rolling on this one now.
You gotta get on my knees, right?
You better hope the camera's recording this time.
No pressure.
But good luck.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Can you see now?
I can see, no, hold on. Now see, I ought to get a handicap right there.
You got a handicap.
Good shot. Good shot.
That's a little low.
A little low, but good
He'd
shot.
have ducked right into that one.
You think you in Texas?
That'd have took him down to the road to glory right there.
Hey,
Might not score that good.
Not a bad
Here's the
shot.
lead in the clubhouse.
Wait
Wait a minute, I'll get a pick out
You gonna pick me one? All right.
Pick out there, Mark.
Let me see.
Find a crooked one.
Let me see that.
Don't bend it. Give me
Bend,
my
bend,
arrows.
bend it, Mark.
Goodness
We
gracious.
need to do something. He's whooping us, Michael.
You put the whammy on this arrow.
I think he's going.
He jumped ahead on that first round shooting that 10, but
I think he's going to
we're
fall
gonna see what he's
right
we're gonna see what he's really got.
We
He
got
wants to-
right now. Let me.
That's
Y'all left the door open.
Deer.
Y'all left the door open just a little
The
bit.
door's wide open, Big
right.
Daddy. Don't
It's a white-tailed deer.
door's wide open. No pressure. Just take your time.
Oh,
God.
good.
I think that one may count right there.
David. We
You know, I get no respect, just like Rodney Dangerfield. Let's go check these
Keep
things.
up with that. We're going
Yep.
to go to the ATM.
Let's talk about the hunts we're going to see
All right,
real
what else
quick.
we gonna see right now?
We're going to go back out to Montana, Michael. I don't know. Should we show him that big deer?
I don't know. That was a big deer, though. That was a big deer.
That's probably for me a hunt of a lifetime, and
You're gonna
how we
see-
got that deer, so I'm excited about
You're
it.
going to see a huge buck, folks. Bill goes out to Montana during the rut and saw this deer way off in an alfalfa field. It's an incredible hunt. Also, going to Terry Rom in Canada, Larry Washington in Canada, and then George Tallman, the guys at USO, started putting in for Kansas whitetail archery tags. And Bob Folkrod took a great deer out there. We're going to see that hunt as well.
Well, they're gonna see a lot of good deer right now, and I just want to go see
I don't
this
want to
target.
walk up there.
Hey,
I don't want
y'all watch the hunts, and we're moving on to the next target.
This is terrible.
This is not good, Michael.
Well, as you can see, Bill is really putting some pressure on me and Michael. You know how it is. You gotta let the boss show you up every once in a while. Well, let's head to Kansas, where applying through U.S. Outfitters, Bob Folkrod drew a non-resident archery whitetail tag. And man, did we get on some deer in Kansas. These deer are really coming in these green fields late in the afternoon, and Bob's in a ground blind since there's no trees around, and he'd been blowing a grunt call, and this deer comes in really looking for that other buck. This deer is real intent on finding out who's coming in there grunting, trying to take his territory. This is a beautiful, probably 140-inch 10-pointer. This is a beautiful buck. One problem, however, I'm not sure Bob knows the exact distance. And as the arrow flies over the buck's back, you can see the disgust on Bob's face.
I like to tell you that's fun, but just a hair too far. I had to kind of guesstimate where that pin was over top of him. I guess I shot right over top of him. Bad estimate.
Well, at least Bob is trying to laugh about it. That's right, Bob. Things will work out. Well, after hunting a couple more days and seeing some really nice whitetails, Bob's decided to move a stand. And he's picked up by Byron Arbogast and Larry Conrad.
They're doing the same thing they was yesterday. They're about 100 yards down below me for whatever reason. You know.
They staying up north of you all the time?
Yeah. This is that flat spot we can see right there. The deer seem like they're moving, instead of going north and south, they're going east and west more.
Okay. They're coming out of these sand hills and up in the...
Oh yeah, you can see them. And on both sides, up next to that big cattle fence or whatever it is up through there. And there's, right in through here, there's a lot of activity going on. You can just, they're running.
This thing necks up back here again, so, and there's some good trees in there.
All right. Look at the scrapes here. Look at this rub. Look at this rub right here. we got as much of a bottleneck right here coming across this creek with this trail. And it's going there and there. Look at that scrape. Look at that scrape right there. We got
good scrape area.
We got an intersection right here. Why don't we get them stands and just set up right here someplace?
We can move you in and we'll get them down here and get you set back up.
I'll have a tree located by then.
Okay.
All right.
Do it.
Well, as you can see, it looks like Byron and Larry and Bob found the perfect setup for bow hunting. Bottleneck with tons of big buck sign. All the rubs and scrapes in this area. This is an ideal spot. And to boot, they have found the perfect tree to hide Bob and his cameraman.
Man, the wind's gonna kill us today. It's going right up over here where them bucks been crossing the creek. The only hope we got is right in back of us where all them little bucks and them does came yesterday. Cut down through there and follow that creek down through. That's our only hope today. We need a little luck on our side once.
On the fourth day of the hunt, shortly after daylight, Bob spots a nice buck coming down the trail. Right over the shoulder. Awesome.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah! He's down, man. He went right down in front of us. Oh, man. Oh, it's been good. Oh, that's a Kansas buck. We passed him up a couple. Bill even passed him up. Not on the last day, though. No, sir, man. I got turkey waiting for me on the table. I am going home for Thanksgiving. Oh.
Now, we've seen Bob go from a low to a high, and boy, that is an awesome shot.
Bingo. Look at that. Open him up. I can follow it right up over the hill. All right. He come down through here, circled around, came right back through here, and I'm trying to make him stop. What was that? What was that? All right.
You think Bob's excited? He should be. That's a great buck, Bob.
Oh, look at that. They're still using that scrape. I don't know why the does are so hot, but they're still using it.
Well, Bob told George Tomlin with U.S. Outfitters, George, put me in for a draw in Kansas every year. I'm coming back.
Oh, thank God. You hunt him right there. I hope you freeze your butt off. Look at that. Yeah. You know he ain't.
And now we know why. The bow hunting in Kansas was awesome. Just take a look at this deer.
Look at that buck. The thing is, we should know what he looked like. We passed him up enough times. I asked myself why. Because I'm just not that caliber man yet. I mean, that's just a beautiful, beautiful buck. That's an 8-point. Couple of little stickers down here. He's real nice and heavy. This is a Kansas deer, my first Kansas deer right there. Oh, I want to tell you, George has got some deer up here. I'm serious. I mean, I've seen so many big bucks. I'm sorry, George, I had to settle for this, but it's the last day and I got turkey waiting on the table for me, man.
No need to apologize, Bob.
I tell you what, folks, there's a really, really good deer right there with a doe. We've been watching him from up top and we just moved in right here. This deer's got a lot of mass, got a lot of sticker and kicker points off of him. Probably been watching for about a half hour. He's just standing right there. It's just real hard to get to him. We think about trying to do a stalk, get onto him. There's a lot of deer out there in the field, so we're gonna do one or two things. We're either gonna try to do a stalk or try to find out where he goes off the field. And if we find out where he goes off the field to bed, we'll try to slip in there this afternoon and get pretty close to him so when he comes back out, that is a dandy buck.
This is Bill's third trip of the year back out to Montana to try to fill his whitetail tag. And Bill's persistence really pays off. And this time is no exception. There's a huge deer in this alfalfa field tending does. Bill and cameraman Heath Painter make their way along the riverbank.
Where we are right now, we've probably made our way about 800 to 1,000 yards down this river. The alfalfa field's up above us, and this corner down here where that big buck is. What we're gonna try to do is just work our way down, and we're almost to where I wanna pop up. I think we can get real close to him.
Now during this stalk, Heath has had to lug about 60 pounds of camera equipment, camera, tripod, extra batteries, and try to get in position where they can see this deer. And this deer's over 200 yards away. Tending a small group of does, the buck urinates on his hock shortly after he stands up out of his bed.
That's a big deer.
That is a massive body buck. And look at him lip curling, trying to scent those does, which one's coming in the heat. That is an awesome sight. Look at all the trash on his horns. Kickers going everywhere. Bill draws a bead. Good shot, Bill.
Look at this big Montana whitetail. What a big deer. Look at all the sticker and kicker points on this deer. This is a great, great whitetail. Let's take a look at him. Big body. Let me just get over that first. Big body, probably close to 300 pounds, but I want you to look at this rack. This is absolutely incredible right here. Big deer. Got a lot of mass. I'm gonna count him up for us real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Looks like we have around 20 scoreable points on him. But what a great deer. You know, let me tell you real quick what happened this morning, which you saw. We binoculars this deer from some far off hills. Saw him go out right here behind us in the corner. We went and got our stuff to come back, and before we got back, they were back out in this field. We couldn't get to our tree stands. So what we had to do was get probably 1,000 yards off. We dropped off underneath a river ledge, made our way all the way up underneath, and ironically enough, made it all the way to our tree stands, but we had to sit up underneath it. But I'm telling you, probably a 200-yard shot. Made a good shot the first shot, and just proud of this deer. That is a great Montana whitetail.
Wow, Bill, that is an awesome deer. Congratulations. Now let's go to Saskatchewan, where we join Terry Romp. Terry is with Wellington Outdoor Products, and of course Wellington is the makers of Tink 69 Doe and Heat. Now Terry loves to hunt Canada. He and his dad Dale have had several successful hunts in Canada in the past. Well, this week, Terry is with REALTREE cameraman and producer Steve Finch. And folks, they will spend the entire week sitting in this little wooden box together. And you can rest assured they would know each other pretty well by the end of the week. Well, it's mid-November. The rut's really starting to get cranked off, and you really have to spend a lot of time out in the woods in Canada to have a chance at one of these really huge bucks at Northway Outfitters. Now, even though Terry and Steve had seen several really nice bucks during the week, they had yet to see the buck that they had come to Canada for. And they hunted hard all week from daylight to dark. On the last day of the hunt, after hunting 5 days from daylight to dark, putting in a lot of time, Terry and Steve decided to change blind locations. After finally getting settled in the new blind, They had only been there 20 minutes at most, and they looked up. Coming in was a huge whitetail. You talk about a shock to the system.
He's a shooter. He's a shooter. He's gonna walk. He's going.
You hit him, Terry. Good shot. A successful end to a long week.
All right. Boy, he's a nice one.
Up there he is. Down. Look at that hole. All right. Look at this whitetail. Shoot. All right. Look at the horns and the body. There's a crazy one that's broke off.
Good job, Terry. Wow, what a buck. It looks like he suffered some velvet injury with that bent tine. Now let's join Larry Weissoon in Canada.
We're up here in Saskatchewan on the Chappaquace Reserve, a place that's known for some really good whitetail deer. It's got some great country. These deer have had a chance to get some age on them. Been up here the last several days. We're kind of coming down to the tail end of the hunt. Really, we've had some pretty warm weather by northern standards. Now, by old southern standards, it's been cold. But these deer really haven't been moving a whole lot like they normally would this time of the year. So we're coming down, as I said, to the last few days. We're going to do some drives. There's some real good draws with a lot of heavy cover, a lot of buck sign back in here, a lot of rubs and no scrapes. You'll sit up here where we can watch this open side. The wind's right in my face, and hopefully that's what those bucks are going to be doing, is running right in toward the wind. So we're going to set up and see what we can come up with here in a little bit.
Boy, does Larry look tired. There you have it again. Hunt hard for 4 or 5 days. Nothing happens, and finally, with only a day or two left in the hunt, things begin to come together.
Got a big, heavy draw right here to the left. Big old wide open fields, little scattered brush back in through here. Little narrow draw, it kind of goes back in. The wind is at our back. Hope they won't smell us, but they ought to be running into the wind. This ought to be a fantastic spot right here.
Well, Larry's picked out a great vantage point for the drive. Now the drivers will start moving through the thicket, hopefully pushing out a good buck in front of Larry.
Here's something back here in the back. I can hear those deer walking on the snow. They've got to be there. They've got to be right on that edge. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Chances are he's going to be hauling the mail, just like this big ape. Come on, Larry. One more shot, Larry. Larry, I believe if you had one more bullet, you could get him.
I can't. I'm out of shells.
That's all right, Larry. I know how you feel.
Sometimes you shoot at them, sometimes you hit them, sometimes you don't. I was all over that one at the wrong place at the right time.
What's that saying? Deja vu, Larry? This hunt looks vaguely familiar. So after a couple of days of psychological testing for both Larry and the deer, the hunt resumed. And we waited, and we waited, and we hunted. And we didn't see much of anything for a couple of days. Warm weather moved in, the buck movement slowed down to almost nothing. But finally, on the last day of the hunt, again, Larry, after doing some light rattling, looked up and saw a gigantic 10-pointer coming into the camera right before the last light on the last day.
He's down. He's down. He's down. Oh my goodness, that deer's down.
Now the downside of Larry getting over his missing from a few days earlier is he's a little trigger happy, so we didn't get a lot of footage of the buck, but that's okay. Larry's back to being a healthy whitetail hunter again.
Went down fast. Oh, he went down.
Good job, Larry.
Gosh, you talk about things finally coming together. No light left hardly at all.
season is just about over with. Nothing was working right. Finally picked up the rattling horn, hit him together real quick. Saw this buck. I could see him right through the brush, and finally broke out in the open. Took me forever to get my bipod set up. Everything went wrong, and yet everything went right, because right at the last moment, here he was. He has got 10 long points, good mass, all the way through out, probably 20 inches inside. Here on the old Chapways, right in Saskatchewan. Last moment, I love it when a plan comes together, and I was beginning to wonder if this one was going to. Great way to end the last afternoon on a fantastic hunt.
Well, Larry, these deer might be glad you're leaving the country. Now let's head down to South Texas to the Perlitz Ranch, where we catch up with Chipper Jones, the all-star third baseman of the Atlanta Braves. If you've watched our videos in the past, you've seen Chipper hunt with us on the Perlitz, and it's taken some nice deer. On this particular hunt, Chipper takes a deer of a lifetime.
Well, we're back at the Perlitz Ranch, Sunday afternoon hunt. This morning we hunted the same stand, and there's a real solid 150 class buck that came in and just never presented us with a good shot. And this stand has about 25 or 30 does coming to it pretty consistently. So hopefully he'll come back. We've seen a lot of nice bucks, but he's been the best one. He's solid 150. Hopefully we'll get lucky this afternoon. Look, there's a good buck. Real nice tempo. That might be him. No. That's unbelievable. Those two deer look like they got some of the same genes in them. But he's a little bit smaller, and his horns are a little lighter. Look at him herding that doe off from out of the buck. Son, he's probably good, solid 140 class. Whew. Never thought I'd see the day when I let him pass.